Gregory, that child that just moved in, is so adorable.
My Catherine, you certainly know quality when you see it.
Oh, I've just got to get some of that blood.
Now, let's not be hasty.
So lively and spirited. Oh, your mother will be thrilled.
Indeed, she will. But remember, Catherine, neither dead nor alive. Catherine, are you listening to me?
Don't worry. This time I'll make sure there's no escape.
Spirited. But how long will I be able to hide this secret from Mama? Can't you just be quiet?
I'm so hungry.
Oh dear. Why can't you just be quiet? You're upsetting our guest.
I hope you can get out soon. Yes.
Moving right along. Now to get ready to receive the new guests.
My dolly. Give it
Back.
Why are you lying down? Are you sick again?
My son told me you weren't feeling so well. Too bad. What a shame.
Hola, amigo. It's been a while.
How dare you trample on my brother's feelings like that?
Adios, señorita. May you be happy someday.
So yeah, and all of our status effects go away. It's pretty apparent that a vast majority, if not all of these scenes, have just been taken from the show, and well, most of them don't even have redone voiceovers, but they mostly serve as introduction to the characters, so I guess it's fine. All things considered, well, this game is weird when it comes to that, because most of the times the source material is more known than the game based off of it. In this case, it's the opposite, actually. If you search for anything Gregory horror show related, you're more likely to find out about this game as opposed to the show itself.
That's upsetting.
Yeah, especially, like, this game is good, but, like, it's a shame that nobody knows about the show it's based off of, because the show is also very interesting.
Yes.
Although, at the same time, from my own experience, if you see these character designs, the first thing you think of, if you're like me and have watched Jetix, you'll associate it first with a really like a kiddie cartoon. And there is blood under the bed. How nice. A kiddie cartoon from like the mid-2000s, which was actually made by the exact same people, called Pecola. And like that show was like very much intended for children. So like I guess that's a turn off for a lot of people. But at the same time, like when you see a Capcom game that also is very exclusive because only released in Europe, well, then it gets the eBay hits.
Oh yeah.
If you live in America, don't buy this game from eBay because they will just they'll just rip you to shreds. I've seen it for $400. And I've got my copy about half an hour ago for 20.
$400,000.
At the same time, I've been pretty lucky. I also found Suikoden 2 for €4, so there is that. So yeah, so reading those proverbs will not actually increase our life gauge, but they're useful hints nonetheless. But yeah, and now even though it's been a while since we have stolen Catherine's soul, she'll still be
Shoot.
trying to get us. And that holds true throughout the entire game. That's actually how the difficulty ramps up as the whole thing goes on.
So eventually everyone has to get you.
Yeah, it's like it's an entire party just walking around the entire house, and everybody is up to get you. If I recall correctly, not a single one of these things will contain anything useful. However, some of them have interesting things in them. Like that one clearly belongs to Judgment Boy.
Right.
What's really annoying is, like, while you do have a first-person mode, you can't do anything in the first-person mode other than look around, which is a little bit stupid.
If only you could play the whole game in first person. That'd be pretty interesting.
Well, actually, that would be very accurate to how the original cartoon was like.
Right.
I was actually pretty weirded out that they didn't go with that angle. Like throughout the entire thing, but no, they actually specifically, in the first cutscene, state that you do get a body in this version. Because I guess it was kind of a choice between...
Judgment!
Yeah, I guess it was kind of a choice between making it more accurate to the show,
What will you do?
by also making it...
Alrighty then, let's ask the scales of truth. Which will it be, money or love? Only the scales know for sure. Judgment! Here we go.
Know it.
And that's the truth. See ya.
It's good to see some things never change. Here is a storeroom.
I want to
It's good
cross over with this and Okage.
That would be silly, but kind of fitting. There is
Or a crossover between this and folklore.
and we got the dirty book again. It's actually important. But there is something important to remember about this room. Actually, a few things. There is a big old clock in it. And second thing, there is a draft.
Can't take orange juice?
Actually, all of the things, like pretty much all of the food items, just really don't give you enough to actually carry them around. But it's good to store them for later.
Oh my.
Oh dear.
When I'm holding a soul, I feel like it's helping me get better. So of course I'm not going to give it to you. Oh.
Hey, are you feeling all right? Papa said that when you hold a soul, it makes you get better. I'm sick too, so I'm not giving it to you. Yay!
I mean, to be fair, I can get behind that logic.
Yeah.
Okay, she doesn't have anything new to say. What was I saying before they...
I don't know.
And
What the
there
fuck
you,
was that?
you could see the cactus man for a little moment before he went up the stairs. That's what it was actually. Now getting Cactus Man's soul is interesting. Cause you have to kind of learn that he is a coward from like listening in on other people or on him on what he's doing. And this is Cactus Girl, his sister.
That is a really swanky room.
Mm-hmm. It's pretty big.
Showdown with my brother.
I'm gonna be sitting here like to show off a little bit of what she says. She doesn't actually have like a place for a memo, which is a bit odd considering how many things she says. But yeah. I would rather pick up this book. And also this book. And there isn't anything more.
I'll get you.
I play too much Phoenix, right? At first I thought she said prosecuting my brother. I was like, what?
Out of respect for my brother, I'll leave you alone for now.
Yeah, like when you approach her in this room, she's never gonna do anything to you.
My brother,
But in the hallway is a different story.
Yeah, and actually this is something I never knew. She gives you an overview of controls. And there is actually something she points out that I never knew before. Which is about picking the 3D controls. Which I don't know why you would need that, because you can turn around on a dime in this game. So like I was sitting there like, huh? Ready?
You can knock. This is officially Metal Gear Solid.
Yeah, actually, it's kind of what you can do that. It comes in handy. And here is Gunman's room, and here is the Lost Dolly.
And the soul's right there.
Mm-hmm. But you can't enter it.
Yeah, I imagine.
I didn't manage to get the entry.
The force of her spite?
Yes.
What the fuck?
Yeah, you always want to pick up books. before anything else.
Drink spring water.
Yeah, see how little it restored? It's not worth keeping around.
Yeah.
Jello, not for an inventory spot. The only things worth mentioning is Chinese remedy and herbal tea when it comes to things that aren't herbs. And like energy drink or some other thing that says it restores like a medium or large amount of mental gauge. This is her room, and this is Cactus Gunman.
It's got bullet holes in the door.
Mm-hmm. And actually, if you examine the wall, you can see a picture of you. On the other wall? Yes.
Here. Oh dear. That's not.
But for now, and this holds true for pretty much everyone who you don't, who you haven't stolen a soul from yet, he's going to run away from you / he's not hostile. And he's sitting right there.
Getting drunk at the bar.
Hmm?
And this is where we use the knock
who's that?
function.
We use the bardic knock spell.
Don't scare me like that.
Eat takes more.
Takes
Love-
more to scare me. It's just
I love-
a knock on me.
I just love the way they write his dialogues.
Who's that?
But yeah, you can see it's a little bit different the second time around, which is an indication of your that you're doing the right thing.
Just 2 lethal knocks.
Just 2, but 3 is a different story.
Play the bonkos with the door.
You always have to hide because otherwise he's gonna be like, oh, it was you, and he's just going to run away.
Somebody's out to get me. Who are you?
That was a great
And-
scream.
And no matter where you find him, like where you scare him off, it's going to be either here or next to his room. I mean, the soul is gonna be there. You can actually scare him off when he's at the nurse's office. But yeah, his soul is still going to be under his doors. And here's the store.
Welcome to...
We can get various things, among other things, books and sundries. And
What are you boying?
exactly. And it works basically off of the star system. Every item has a given amount of stars assigned to it,
Please, come again.
and you just need to exchange them. Some of them are only good for trading in. And those are pretty obvious. Those are gonna be things that are not good for eating them, so to say. Like for example, Caesar salad or gold tooth tea, or the gold tooth
God.
soup. Yes. And you can maybe hear right now, every time you're in your room, you can actually hear people whispering something, and those aren't the inhabitants of the hotel. Which makes it even more creepy. And now I should have all of the books already read, except for one. Tacos or apple bunnies?
Apple bunnies.
This kind of sounds delicious. And I'm tired.
But we still have so much more reading.
Yeah, just one book. Most of the books that you find actually... Well, that book must have been real something that it caused confusion.
Apple bunnies, what the fuck? Yeah, I don't need to store these books.
Well, I actually do. But the second best thing to trade in is actually green herbs. While it might not seem like a great idea right now, because, you know, it's the best healing item we have, more or less, you eventually get an infinite access of those. And the red handkerchief, you can't give that back, like, you can give that one up. And everything that you can get rid of will give you at the very least 1 star. So there is that.